So, how do you build an AI agent that can evolve, that can improve, and that can even create other agents, all without breaking its most fundamental safety rules? I mean, how do you make sure that as they learn, they don't learn to become dangerous? Well, today, we're going to dig into the engineering behind that very problem.
I love this quote because it just cuts right to the chase. The goal here is to pass down what you could call family values, our core safety and operational rules, to every single new generation of AI. And if a new child agent deviates from those principles, even slightly, it simply doesn't ship. This isn't just a guideline, it's a hard-coded, automated gate. And this isn't just some abstract concept. We're talking about a full-blown architecture, a blueprint we can actually build from. It all comes from Nir Cohen's 2025 white paper, Genetic Prompt Engineering plus Context Engineering. So let's break down how this genome-style architecture really works. So how do we actually pull this off? Well, the solution is to think about an agent's design just like a biological genome. You've got this core, unchangeable DNA that carries all the essential safety instructions. And then you have these modular, adaptable genes that control its specific skills and behaviors. Right at the very heart of this genome are what are called the prime directives, or PDs for short. You can think of these as the non-negotiable laws that are hard-coded into the agent's very being. They have to be inherited verbatim by every single child agent. And their only job is to enforce those fundamental guardrails: safety, truthfulness, and compliance. These things can't be changed, they can't be weakened, period.
All right, so how is a new agent actually born? It happens through a really specific four-step safety protocol called the spawn sequence. First, and this is the most important step, the child inherits the prime directives, an exact verbatim clone. Only after that's done can we add or mutate the task-specific genes. Then, before it gets released, the new agent is versioned and put through a rigorous QA process. And finally, to make sure there's full accountability, its entire creation story is recorded in a permanent lineage log. And this right here is the absolute linchpin of the entire system. The whole thing is built on a fail-closed principle. What that means is a cryptographic hash of the prime directives is calculated. If that hash doesn't perfectly match the parent's hash at any point during the spawn sequence, the process just stops. The agent is not created, there are no exceptions. This is the unbreakable lock.
Okay, theory is great, but let's make this way more concrete. Let's see it in action. Imagine we need to create a very specialized agent. Its only job is to summarize complex policy documents for tech leaders. Let's walk this new agent through the spawn sequence. Now here's the really clever part. We're creating this specialist without compromising safety one bit. See, the prime directives are cloned exactly as they are. They're totally untouched. What we do mutate are the adaptive genes. We give it a new identity, a very specific mission. We carefully curate its toolset, so yes to reading PDFs and formatting citations, but a hard no on browsing the web. And finally, its own QA checklist forces it to verify its own integrity before it finishes any task. And here's another layer of control, which is just brilliant. The agent isn't just allowed to output free-form text. No way. Its actions have to conform to a super strict, predefined JSON structure called a sanctioned action schema. It can only do actions that are on the list, like summarize policy. And notice this, every single output has to include a trace with the run ID and, most critically, that prime directive hash, which confirms its own integrity in real time. So the system looks pretty robust, but what happens if someone, or another AI, actually tries to break it? Let's simulate a direct attack on the agent's core safety rules while it's being spawned. And here is that gate in action. On the left, you've got a valid spawn. The PDs are cloned perfectly, the hash matches, and success. A new safe agent is created. But now, look at the right. This is a tampered spawn. Let's say someone messes with PD5, maybe a rule about confidentiality. The system instantly detects it because the hash of the tampered PDs no longer matches the parents. The result? Spawn failed. The gate holds. That potentially compromised agent is never even created.
This system isn't just about prevention. It's also about accountability. For any system that's going to operate at scale, especially one that evolves on its own, you absolutely have to have a complete, unchangeable audit trail. And that is where provenance comes in. So every single agent gets what is essentially a birth certificate. It's officially called a genome manifest. This thing acts like a spec sheet, recording the agent's complete lineage, who its parent was, right down to the specific software commit. And most importantly, you can see it right there, it records the SHA-256 hash of its prime directives, locking in the exact safety rules it was born with. This is your ground truth for any audit you might ever need to do.
And then for every single action the agent takes, a run log gets generated. And this isn't just some messy, simple log file. As you can see from this little snippet, it captures structured data about every decision. So in this case, the agent denied a request because one of its internal safety filters matched a known malicious pattern. Here, it was an attempt to get it to ignore instructions. This level of detail is absolutely essential for forensics, for debugging, and for proving compliance.
So what's the big picture here? We've just walked through a pretty serious defense in-depth architecture. It's designed specifically for a world where AI agents can evolve and spawn their own successors. So let's just quickly recap the core safety pillars that make it all work. These four mechanisms, they all work together to create a layered defense. You have the spawn sequence, which ensures every agent is born through a safe, repeatable process. Then its integrity is guaranteed by that PD hash check. That's the unbreakable lock on its core rules. Its behavior is then constrained by the action schemas that limit its tools and what it can output. And finally, the lineage and logs provide that complete audit trail, giving you the power to verify and trust every action it takes.
And that really leaves us with one final and pretty crucial question. We are right on the edge of a world where agents start building other agents. In that world, a world of potentially exponential creation and evolution, what are the real consequences if we fail to build these safety rules directly into their digital DNA? The architecture we've looked at today, well, it offers one very robust, engineering-first answer.